had like your rich life, what would you do?
You said I had to be here. You didn't say I had neighbors.
I found this really cool word the other day called phytomining.
Concentration here shows us that there must be X amount of gold underground.
So they actually found concentrations of gold in the needles of the Norway spruce.
Bite into a fresh tomato, you're like, ow! Oh, little nugget.
The Helpful Gardeners, the podcast that digs into the buzziest plant trends and news you need to know, regardless of your growing zone. Colin is a skilled horticulturist with decades of growing experience across Canada. Brandi is the greenest of green thumbs with a love of asking questions. Welcome to our garden nook.
So the other day, Brad and I were fantasizing about what our rich lives would be.
Nice.
Kind of like some weird things. Like I was thinking about like, if I won the lottery, what would I do? And I'd probably get all my friends together and every week I'd hire some kind of expert to come in and teach us something. Wouldn't that be so cool though?
That's
like
such a you move.
It's like, what if you were, I don't know, like what's something that you probably want to learn to do? Like
scuba dive.
You can't do that in your house. But like
I thought we were playing rapid fire.
I mean, when you're rich, I guess you could get a tank installed in your house for scuba diving if you want to.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. Sure, knitting or like making rings or like smithing or, something.
That would be cool.
Right? Like a skill set that you could hire somebody to come in and teach you about. Like if you won the lottery, what is something like if you had like your rich life, what would you do?
Find somewhere, live on a beach and just enjoy nature.
Okay, say you had to be here. Say you still had to do the podcast. And we was like, oh gosh, like how would you turn your ordinary life that you're living right now, but like level it up a little bit?
Dream I've always wanted. Okay, here we go. That I would have anywhere.
Yeah.
Is I've always wanted a massive conservatory filled with all kinds of different plants and tropical plants and have shade areas and have water features and have it filled with bugs and frogs and just a thriving little mini ecosystem connected to a potting shed. So I could like kind of do that. And then I would like to try hybridizing different types of plants and tomatoes.
I love that. Would it be open to the public?
No.
Oh, okay. It's just for Colin.
Well, no, friends could, because I would like to have like a seating area where we could have tea and we could sit around and we could enjoy the garden and have tea and cake. And then you could like watch the dragonflies and hear the frogs and whatnot.
Can you imagine if you had that and everybody, like, can you imagine what your neighbors would think?
Yeah. Oh, well, and you said I had to be here. You didn't say I had neighbors.
So I would get rid of my neighbors.
I won the lottery, man. Come on.
I'd buy out all my neighbors and then have an entire block to myself.
But I'd love to have that. And yeah, of course it would be open to my friends. That it doesn't matter where I want. I've always wanted that.
Oh, I see. I love that. I don't know. It's fun kind of imagining what your rich life would be if you say everything was to stay the same. I don't know let us know in the comments, what would you do with your rich life? That's very interesting. But what would you do if I told you that you could get rich from your garden?
Like, I think, how many tomatoes do I have to take to the farmer's market?
Well, because it's true, right? We're always like, oh gosh, the gardens, they're such like an expensive hobby to get into, right? But what if you could grow your own gold? Gold's been doing really well in the stock market lately. It's like $5,000 an ounce. It's amazing.
Okay, how many ounces can I grow?
Okay, so maybe it's not going to be like a lucrative business. But I found this really cool word the other day called phytomining.
Phytomining, okay.
Yeah, so it's using plant species, which are called hyperaccumulators, and they absorb metals from the soil. So it's not just gold, but you could absorb nickel, or you could absorb like different kinds of...
So it's not actually mining at all. The plants are doing
it for you. So they take the minerals that are in the soil through the water.
Okay, that's what I was expecting.
And it takes it into the plant, and then it will sort of like be existent in the leaves and the stem of the plant. It's just like microdoses. But what they use this for is kind of around mines and whatnot it's an eco-friendly way of extracting those minerals without using like the heavy machinery and all that destruction, the clear forestation, that kind of thing. So it's not like a huge advantage for companies to do it right now because it's very slow. Apparently, the common examples that are used in research right now are Indian mustard, sunflowers, and eucalyptus trees.
Is that got anything to do with like location or speed of growth or aggressive?
I looked into like, does this happen in Alberta? No, it doesn't happen in Alberta. No. Usually, like if you're finding gold or anything like that, it's usually found in like riverbeds. Riverbeds, but it's never really done in like plants like this. Because I know we have quite a bit of mining in Canada, right?
Oh yeah, there's gold mines. I think there's diamond mines.
Yeah.
Nickel, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Potash. Yeah, there's like a ton of mining, but exactly what I don't know. But
yeah. But I guess like the low concentration of Alberta, like for gold, doesn't really make it like a viable option for extraction here, which is kind of sad. But I looked into sort of how it works, and so it's essentially like scientists find areas containing the low concentrations of gold, and then they use these hyperaccumulator plants to extract. And then because it's not easily soluble, they add this like ammonium thiocyanate to the soil to mobilize the gold, and then the plants will uptake it. And then the roots draw the dissolved gold and concentrate it in their leaves and stems. The plants are harvested, and then they are then incinerated to produce a gold-rich ash. And then from that point, the metal is extracted chemically.
I mean, first off, mad shout out to whoever figured that out.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, so obviously somebody was like, there must be a better way.
Yeah, it's not like somebody cut a leaf and they're like, oh, gold.
That's what, to be honest, when I saw this story, that's what I thought.
Bite into a fresh tomato, you're like, ow, little nugget.
Like a Kinder Surprise egg.
Best tomato Kinder Surprise.
I would eat my vegetables though.
Oh my God. You get 1 in 1,000 chance you'll find an ounce of gold. I'd be scarfing every veg I can get my hands on. I can see why you thought that, because who the hell would think of that process?
No, obviously a lot smarter people than me.
Jimmy Fido.
But I mean, there's a lot of advantages, right? So it's eco-friendly, soil remediation. So it uses it to clean up sites contaminated by previous mining activities. Obviously, there's disadvantages to it. There's low concentration. You have to use like basically cyanide in this process, which could get out of hand. And it's also dependent on the plant growth. So it could be slow. You need dependence on climate and soil and water. So there's reasons why it's not more, common around Canada and around the world. The reason why I want to talk about it this week is because there's been a whole new discovery made.
Okay.
Because Norway actually found, Finland. Wait, Norway, Finland?
Same neck of the woods.
Okay,
Different countries, same neck of the woods.
So in Finland, scientists found that the Norway spruce needles, they are able to do the same thing. So they actually found concentrations of gold in the needles of the Norway spruce. Not all of them, kind of like, remember when we were talking about that mycelium network? Yeah. So it's kind of the same deal. It's like not all trees, but it's like whatever trees have access to it.
If there's gold in that area of the forest.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool because we don't have those. We have spruce trees in Alberta.
No, I think there's Norway spruce.
There's Norway spruce in Alberta?
I'm fairly certain I've seen them in our tree lot.
Yeah, but I mean, what a cool greener method for gold exploration. I mean, if they're able to harness this and able to finesse it a little bit, and I mean, they're doing constant research, things on this entire subject because obviously gold is valuable, right? Other metals are valuable. And if you're doing mining, this is a greener way to clean up the soil.
Exactly. And it can be a way... instead of going in and going, we think there's gold here and we've done our tests and you're ripping the soil apart and you go, oh, there's not, and you leave. The concentration here shows us that there must be X amount of gold underground. Because, the Wright brothers, they're responsible for flight, but technically they built the worst airplane. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The first one is always the roughest.
Exactly. So The aeroplane they built was the worst aeroplane that we've pretty much ever built. And I mean, one that actually got off the ground. It's like, no, we will never build that again. But if they hadn't built that, we wouldn't be where we are now.
Yeah, we wouldn't have 737s. Yeah.
So if somebody hadn't done this and gone through this process, that's not the end goal.
No.
But it's without that.
It's a step in the right direction, right?
That is really neat.
Obviously, this was primarily discovered in like the 90s, right? And it's like, what 20, 35 years later? So it's been a slow process, but it's kind of interesting. I was just actually curious on where gold comes from. Gold originated in outer space. Yep. Is that true?
Yeah, it's an element.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so gold is they've got it discovered now. Don't hold me to this. It's the byproduct of a certain type of star going supernova, and it sprays its atoms out, and then its atoms find its way onto other planets, and then you get gold.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that it could be like anywhere on the planet.
Yeah, I mean, it tends to, because it is extremely rare.
Yeah.
So when it comes, it tends to form in areas. That's why you find it in mines and whatnot.
Okay.
But, you know, it's...
Because I literally just Googled, I said, could I find gold in my backyard?
And?
No. It says it's very rare. So finding it in a small area like your backyard is extremely improbable. You need specific geological conditions deep within the earth over millions of years.
And that's it. Like, it's...
Okay, but what if I had a very old tree, a spruce tree in my backyard, and its roots ran so deep, maybe?
It'll be, especially since you don't have to kill the whole tree to find out. You just need to take some needles.
You just take the needles and then I don't know, you give it to somebody, you mail it in. You're like, how else would you find gold?
I mean, eventually...
Take a cross section?
Yeah, eventually what I find cool about that is you wouldn't think that a plant would be able to take really any concentration of metal.
Yeah.
Without it. I could understand if you're like, oh, you can tell that there's gold in the needle because that needle dies. Okay. You're like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Copper, it dies.
Same,
Yeah, you go, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But these trees have been living forever. Like the old trees, the ones that... clearly somebody did this test and then other people were like, all right, let's check this tree. And they found it. So there's no adverse effect to the plant.
Yeah.
So,
maybe because it's so minute, like so small, maybe.
It has to be.
You know, but then of course you have all the other metals that you can potentially find. And the one implication that I thought about was, oh no, if this becomes a more possible thing, obviously you follow the money, right? And a lot of people are going to want into that.
Yeah.
So are we just going to also like, is this eco-friendly solution going to turn non-eco-friendly because we're just going to end up like deforesting to find gold? It's going to be not riverbeds with pans. It's going to be...
I don't really know how much worse our deforestation could get.
Yeah. So, I mean, for now, that's probably doing better.
But I wouldn't put it past somebody. Again, I think I would figure out the ratio.
Yeah.
This tree has gold. We're cutting a branch off the tree. Mm-hmm. If the branch has, 1 part gold to 1,000 parts water, there's valuable gold underneath it.
Yeah.
But if it's, 1 part gold to 1,000,000 parts water, it's trace elements. But some star in space 3 billion, 5 billion years ago went supernova and sprayed gold atoms out.
Yeah.
And they hit our planet. Well, I doubt this pumpkin is now the planet. I doubt they went gold, little bit of gold. Have some over here too.
Yeah.
It was probably like a shotgun.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. There's a little bit of gold everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's just, is it worth getting it out? Mm-hmm. So maybe.
So maybe don't depend my rich life on my garden.
On a couple of sunflowers and a Kinder Surprise tomato.
Well, there goes my garden plan for 2026.
Yeah. But you know what? We should find out more. Do you follow that super nerdy British astrophysicist? I say it's super nerdy, but he's actually a total hero of mine, Brian Cox.
Yes, I remember us talking about him one day.
He is like my all-time favorite. Mm-hmm. Like he is to space what David Attenborough and Jane Goodall are to animals.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's up there in my echelons of people that I madly respect. So now I have to watch more of his videos on where gold is.
So you're saying that if he starts planting spruce trees in his backyard,
Exactly.
then that's our tip to start doing the same.
Let's keep an eye on Dr. Cox, okay?
This podcast is brought to you by Golden Acre Home and Garden. Find seasonal inspiration for your home and garden in Calgary, Alberta year-round. Visit goldenacre.ca. The comments and opinions expressed by the helpful gardeners on this show are our own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Golden Acre Home and Garden. For more information on everything we covered today and to leave us a voice note, visit goldenacre.ca/podcast. The Helpful Gardeners are on Instagram at The Helpful Gardeners Pod. Keep on growing, gardeners!